Bonjour tout le monde, ici Keithy Antoine pour Panem 360. J'ai le privilège de m'entretenir avec Femi Kuti. Hi everyone, I'm with Femi Kuti, and we're going to be speaking about your participation at the next Nuits d'Afrique here in Montreal. So for over 30 years with a dozen of albums and thousands of concerts under your belt, you have been continuing the work of your father, the legendary Fela, by tirelessly championing the Afrobeat he created on the international stage. And now with the positive force, Femi Kuti, you present your recent album that you released in spring 2025 called Journey Through Life. Are we going to hear more of that album during your participation of Nuits d'Afrique? Let's remind everybody that you're going to be here in Montreal with us July 18, 10 p.m. For a free concert at the TD stage. So put that in your calendar, everybody. How you doing, Femi Kuti?
I'm very fine, thank you. A bit tired because of the gig I had yesterday at the shrine. It was my last gig before the tour starts next week. So people demanded I be on stage for quite a long time, 3 hours. So I'm still, excuse me, quite tired.
But you look like a young man, and your body of work is very impressive, I have to say. Let's talk a little bit about the last album that you recently released, Journey Through Life. Can you tell
Yes.
me more about it?
Yes, every album is my state of mind at that time. So this is the same. I think it's a special album because with the Afrobeats, you have to keep changing the melodies. It's not like it's a genre of music that mustn't be stagnant and monotonous. So the rhythms, the melodies, the horn lines have to keep changing. And so, of course, it gets tedious and demanding to look for different melodies. And so this is no different. This was quite difficult for me because I had to record the album when my daughter was very sick. But I tried to channel my sadness into trying to make good music and talk more about things that bothered me. It's still very political, but I thought it was important to talk about things that have guided me in my life to where I am. So Journey Through Life, the title of the album is The Virtues That Have Guided Me. Another song like Walk on Myself is, when you look at the political scene globally, I don't have the magic wand to just change things. So I was thinking deeply during the process of this album, so what can I do to change the suffering, Africa, homelessness globally? There's so many problems. There's so much depression. And I thought maybe I just have to work to keep on making myself a better person. So so I decided to concentrate more on myself on that track. So work on myself, trying to inspire people that if we all took the path of working to make ourselves better people, maybe slowly but surely the world will change. Then I have some tracks that I never got to release because every time I do a lot of work. So every time I want to do an album, there is a choice to make. And these three tracks, they are never got on any album for some reason or the other. Because maybe during Bang Bang Bang, or everybody preferred Bang Bang Bang, or this, or Africa for Africa, whichever album. So I thought, I don't want to die one day and, oh, Femi didn't have these songs recorded. So I forced it on this album now. I
Nice.
told you. Yes, and I thought, yes, it's still part of my journey through life because I did these albums in the early 90s. And so it's still part of what has brought me here. So it still relates to Journey Through Life. Um and yes, the album was recorded in about 2 months. It always takes a while because by the time you get the record label and everybody involved, the design for the album, this now takes a long time for
Mhm.
everybody to come into agreement of the date of release, which produce, self, everything. And I always write all my music from J1. What I might do is I might not produce the final work. So I probably will leave that to somebody to decide what the track should sound like, kind of, but with my intervention. But I write all my lyrics, I write all my drum partners, all the rhythms, the melody, everything. I do everything. I've
That's
always done this.
impressive. How does a song comes to life then?
Um, the best songs for me are the songs I dream about. So if I'm in a deep sleep and I find myself performing a concert somewhere, if I can take control of the dream, first ask myself questions like, where am I? Yes, I can recognize I'm playing. I recognize, but I've never done this before. If I can quickly wake up, in those days, we used to have a cassette player. So I used to have a cassette player by my bed. Now I can have my phone by my bed. So it tracked like bang, 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 ba, 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 ba. I woke up and just quickly put it down. Immediately I try to sleep again, the bass line comes, tung, 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 tung. I quickly put it down. So in the morning, I can build on the song. And so a song like, so some of the songs that come this way are my preferable songs. Other ways are when I'm practicing, then maybe a melody horn line comes. Ba, ba, da, da, ba, 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 bam, ba, ba. I say, wow, ba, ba, da, da, da. I build. Then I think of a bass line. I think of what kind of drum pattern we go to make this as lively as the horn, to buttress the melody. And I always put all this together. Then I now think, what bothers me most? Unfortunately for me, it's always political themes that come to my mind, like Sorry, Sorry or Journey Through Life, things that really
And
worry
it
me.
bothers you? That bothers you?
Yes, everything I sing bothers me.
Why?
So, because I don't like people suffering. And right outside my house, I see suffering, no electricity, bad roads, bad healthcare, bad educational system. Look, what is happening in the Congo or Sudan, or if you see Ukraine or Gaza or wherever we're talking about today, I get the opportunity because of my music to see around the world. I see a lot of unhappy faces, and I try to use my music to liven people up, but it's still so much sadness. And I don't like this as a person. So I try to sing about it so something can be done about it. And I've been singing now for 38 years, but with my father, I've been performing now for over 40 years, and things seem to be getting worse. So this is very depressing for me as an individual. So I can only use my art form. I try to find good melodies, sweet melodies, but the consciousness of the music is um, has to be very conscious music.
Yeah.
So whether you know it or not, subconsciously, and if you don't even speak the language and you ask, you see, wow. So he said something like, think my people think, or truth don't die. Oh, what's it about? You start to, oh, I didn't know it was so political. Oh, or he's talking about the Nigerian government, or he's talking about the UN or something. So because this is what I see in my life, I
Yes.
don't have a love story that is more important. I don't know how to sing about my personal, should I say, bedmatics in my room with my lover. I, I sound so, it doesn't sound right to me. Maybe because of my upbringing with my
I get
father.
it. Well, art as that power to influence the people of power.
But it's still difficult because they haven't listened to a Bob Marley all this time, for instance. They haven't listened to Peter Tosh. They
Mhm.
haven't listened to so many people. And we're still singing about the same topics that were being sung in the 40s, 60s, 70s, or 80s. So this is what is very depressing. But we cannot stop singing about it. That's the problem again.
How would you explain the longevity of Afrobeat?
I think because my father was sincere in his creation. He really believed it came from his heart, it came from his soul. So when he was putting this style of music together, the foundation is very solid. It wasn't based on I want to make money or material wealth. He paid a lot, he paid a very high price, making enlightening his environment and people. And even after his passing, young people listen are like, wow, they want to be like him or they're inspired. So people are still being inspired. Every generation that comes and hears about the Afrobeat, wow, who is that guy? Oh, Fela Kuti. Oh, then they hear about his mother, they hear about the family, they hear about my brother, probably, they hear about me, probably. Oh, so I say, wow, what a family, what a legacy. Whoa, we love the music. So many young people all over the world really love what he stands out for, how he fought the government, how it is so, and many people feel the pain because probably they're experiencing it as well, and they want to express um, that same kind of rhythm or beat in their own compositions. So I think it's people really appreciate what he stood for, and they do appreciate it because the person involved was gifted, he was sincere, he was truthful. He didn't do it for, like I said, for material wealth. And
Yes.
people can hear his sacrifices. And this draws you to the music. He was selfless. He was, and those attributes show in the characteristics of the music. And it keeps inspiring generations and generations and gets bigger and bigger. And then we have to remember during Fela's time, most mainstream musicians were inspired by Fela. Fela was never mainstream, like the radios never played him. But Paul McCartney, John Lennon, Stevie Wonder, Miles Davis were listening to him. And when you come to the hip hop was a lot of the producers of hip hop were listening to Fela. They were inspired by Fela, which comes down to the next generation of Jay-Z, Beyonce, Alicia Keys, Wyclef. Many people were sampling his music or were inspired. Now you have another generation in Nigeria or Burna Boy, Whiskey, Davido, all in the, and so many more. You see another generation again in Nigeria is coming up again, and they all inspired by the Afrobeats and my father's life. So you
Mhm.
see, because of his selflessness, and it's like people admire Martin Luther King, for instance. And
Yes.
for he wasn't a musician, but his life draws inspiration and it draws great inspiration. Or Mandela or whoever, a great leader like that. The fortunate thing about my father is he was in that same league, but he was an artist. So he could express his political views musically and direct it musically. So it gives you, like a Bob Marley, for instance.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for that answer. Femi Kuti and the Positive Force, you're going to be on stage for July 18. What should we expect? Who's going to be there with you? It's a full band, right?
It's not the fullest band in Nigeria, but it's a full band. It's four horns, my three dancers, guitar, basses, percussion, keyboard, myself. And of course, we bring positive energy from the New African Shrine. We bring love and all those things. And most importantly, to inspire everybody and produce a awesome concert full of energy. And most of the members have been with me for 20 years now, 15 years. And we're getting old, but we're not getting old. So we are going to see. They say
Is
It's
it
fine
gonna
wine.
be like a jam, like if we were at the New Africa Shrine, your club?
Yeah, you're going to see a concert like in the shrine, definitely,
Yes.
yes. But there's nowhere like the shrine. You know, everybody still has to come and experience the shrine once in your lifetime. You see, the shrine is a unique place where it's blessed because it was built for my father, but it's a place where we honor people who have fought for the emancipation of Africa. So it's
It's
like
in
why it's a
Lagos.
shrine.
It's in
It's a,
Lagos.
yes, it's in Lagos. It's a shrine. It's an embodiment of where we pay homage to great people, Bob Marley, Muhammad Ali, you know, and many names we don't know. That's why it's a shrine. And our African ancestors, like where we pay homage to African gods. So it's a shrine.
Mm.
So it's a unique, iconic place. So we try to take that energy everywhere we go with us.
So
So
it,
you will get the shrine experience definitely, but you still have to come to the shrine.
I will at Lagos next time. I have to
Yes.
book a trip over there. Femi
And again,
Kuti.
we have
Yes.
one of the biggest festivals in Nigeria, Celebration, which runs for a week. It's been going on now since my father died in 1997. So it's a festival that is my sister, who is the head of this festival, has been running with a committee, and it's getting bigger and bigger, better and better. So it's free music for 1 week. It's crazy times in Lagos at the shrine now.
Wow, okay. Thank you for that information. I didn't know. It's well noted. Femi Kuti and the Positive Force. It's a rendezvous. It's a date for July 18, Nuits d'Afrique. It's going to be at Scène, free concert. There is no reason not to be there and enjoy an amazing Afrobeat concert with you, the legend. Thank you for talking with me this morning, and I wish you a nice stay in Montreal.
Thank you very much. One of my favorite cities too. So see
One
you.
of the best city in the world.
Yes, you can
Bye
say that.
bye.